What comes to your mind first when you think about England? Most of us would probably immediately say London, but there are many other places there that are as interesting and worth visiting. In our presentation, we will show you all the places of England that you had probably never heard of. Sussex. Sussex is a region in the southeast England and is one of the 9 officially recognized regions of the country. Southeast England is the third largest region and also the most populated one, with a total number of over 8.5 million. The county is made of 7 legally chartered cities: Brighton and Hove, Canterbury, Chichester, Oxford, Portsmouth, Southampton and Winchester. The region is known for its countryside that includes the North Downs and the Chiltern Hills, as well as 2 national parks, the New Forest and the South Downs. The River Thames runs through the region, with its basin being the Thames Valley. The county is also famous for its universities. The University of Oxford is the oldest college in the English-speaking part of the world, and is ranked among the very best. Danebarona. Danebarona, more commonly known as the Midlands, is a region of England located, as the name suggests, in the mid part of the country. The most notable cities in the county include Leicester and Nottingham, the latter being the capital of the whole region. In the photo, we can see Joseph Merrick, better known as the Elephant Man, who became famous during the Victorian times due to his strange body deformations. One of the landmarks of the East Midlands is the Major Oak, which, supposedly, gave shelter to Robin Hood and his crew. The tree itself is about 900 years old. East Anglia. East Anglia occupies the lowlands of the eastern part of England. It covers the counties of Norfolk and Suffolk, although it's often said it includes Essex and Cambridgeshire as well. The administrative centre of the region is Cambridge. A place worth stopping by when paying the area a visit is the Norwich Cathedral. It was built in 1145 and was the seat of the Bishop Herbert de Luzanga. Another place worth seeing is the port of Felixstowe. It is one of the main cargo harbours of England. Lencumbria. Lencumbria is one of the 9 historic regions in the northwest England. It is the 3rd most populated region of the whole UK. Lencumbria has a population of over 7 million. The most popular cities are of course Manchester and Liverpool. A mix of rural and urban landscapes, 2 large conurbations centered on Liverpool and Manchester, occupy much of the south area. The region is especially famous for its cuisine, the Eccles cake and the Lancashire hotspot being one of the most prominent examples. The most famous people from Liverpool include the Beatles, who started recording music there in 1960, and Anthony Howard Wilson of Manchester, who was a well-known journalist and a Manchester icon. Another example could be Tony Wilson, who was known by the name of Mr. Manchester. London. Greater London is the smallest historic region of England. It's located in the southwest part of the country. It's a no-brainer that the main attraction of the region is the city London. Despite its size, it's heavily populated. In 2018, the estimation surpassed 9 million people. The most well-recognized places of London are the London Eye, one of the biggest observation wheels in the world, the Tower Bridge, one of the most well-known symbols of London, Baker Street, the home of a fictional character Sherlock Holmes, the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben, the second most well-known symbols of London, and the Harry Potter Museum. There were also many famous people born in London, such as Queen Elizabeth II, actors Gary Oldman and Charlie Chaplin, Alfred Hitchcock, the movie director, Sid Vicious, the punk musician, and Slash, the guitarist. Mercia. Mercia is a historic land in the center-west England, being one of the kingdoms of the Anglo-Saxon heptarchy. The main cities of the region are Birmingham, the largest one, Coventry, Wolverhampton, and Tamworth, an important historical city, the seat of the medieval Counts of Mercia. Some say this region is the most beautiful one in England, the landscape consisting of forests, highlands, free-flowing rivers, small waterfalls, and picturesque hills. It's also a place to many historical monuments, like the Warwick Castle or the Lichfield Cathedral. It's all these things that give Mercia its unique charm and beauty. Northumbria. Northumbria is a region located in the northeast England. It was the last post of the Romans, or later the English, because farther in the land there were only barbaric people of the north, the antecedents of the Scottish. This region was very unstable due to the lack of a strong royal power and very often changing monarchs. The area was also later taken over by the Vikings. Most of the architecture was built with a 19th century style in mind. The county's landmark is the St. Nicholas Cathedral. The region is extremely populated. The landscape is predominantly made of fields, meadows, and forests, with a few larger cities scattered between. Wessex Cernow. Wessex Cernow is an English geographic land. It is situated on the Cornish Peninsula and is also the most southwestern corner. Cernow has an area of 3,565 square kilometers, and the average population density is 144 people per square kilometer. It is a very beautiful region. It has many moors, a long coastline, and a nice, mild climate. 24% of the region's economy is based on tourism. Despite that, Cernow is still the poorest part of England. Interestingly, the Cornish people are one of the 6 Celtic nations, and some residents demand more autonomy for the region. The county is divided into 2 districts, Cornwallia and Scilly. Yorkumbria. Yorkumbria is the biggest historic county of England, located in the north-central part of the country, between the Pennines and the North Sea. It's divided into sub-counties, North Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, and Humberside. In 1996, Humberside was abolished and the East Riding of Yorkshire was re-established in its place. These counties are now all part of the Yorkshire and the Humber region, called Yorkumbria. Tourists come here for waterfalls, old ruins, and amazing views. The notable cities are York, Hull, Beverley, and Doncaster. Doncaster is also the hometown of a famous singer, Louis Tomlinson. We hope you learned something interesting from our presentation. And now, when you plan your next holidays, you may consider one of the regions we've shown you. Explore the UK and have fun. Thank you for your attention.